in San Diego, and I'm driving with the family and the kids. My kids are like maybe 8, 10, and 12. And we're driving in the harbor with past Dick's boat. And stop. I go, hey, I've never been on the boat. Oh, come on. So bring the kids on board. That was not a good idea. Start walking around. It looks a little wild. There's a lot of people on there, a lot of drinking. I think, take a look around. So I bring the kids in. First room I open, there's 2-on-1 going on. I said, I think it's probably a good idea we get the kids off the boat. So we got off the boat. Never went on the boat after that.
Okay. You know, I was wondering where we were going with that. I thought we were doing I thought there was a nice stand-up comedian, an active stand-up comedy being performed. And it turns out it kind of was. And it is topical. But this is Too Much Dip live stream Thursday. KJ, how are you?
I'm tremendously well. In fact, I can never be better. If you wouldn't mind me hijacking this moment just for some unsolicited recommendations. Number one, unsolicited recommendation being I do not recommend getting your vehicle run into by somebody at a stoplight, because dealing with insurance and body shops sucks.
Wait, so you're recommending not getting hit by another car? I'm going to write this down.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Some might say this isn't really an insurance scam or a tax evasion thing. It might have been that I saw the standings for dip picks and I was like, can't hang truck nuts if you don't have your vehicle.
Okay, KJ, I think we can push back the punishment to accommodate your vehicle being in the shop. So
on a rental, that would be great, though. Loaner truck nuts. Loaner truck nuts is sad.
My Nissan Juke with just truck nuts hanging from the no smoking sign inside the rental car.
No, you're getting a Sebring. I'm going to make sure you get a Chrysler Sebring. That's the only rental car I ever get. Fair.
Well, I appreciate everyone's time and attention as always. Dylan, how's it going in your Fairburg? Look at that shacket. Is this the debut?
Yeah, it's the season. Just rocking the shacket. Keep getting the DMs have started again. Where'd you get your shacket? Give me the link. Drop that link player. All this kind of stuff. The brand is Overland. Everybody, I don't want just go find it on your own. Yeah, I'm doing great, man. Got the fireplace burning over here. It's kind of cold enough for it, and just setting.
You're flirting with it, but you're not the only one. There's many in my neighborhood. We do have a fireplace. We've never used it, and we're lacking two things. We're lacking the key, which I'm hoping it's universal. I'm thinking it is, and we're looking for a chimney sweep. We got it. Since we bought the house, we haven't had it cleaned out. So I don't know. There's probably like a family of squirrels living in it, and I don't want them to I don't want to, smoke them out, dude. I know Dylan does because he smokes weed all the time.
I always say smoke them if you got them, so might as well just smoke them out, man. They'll learn. One fire, they won't come back.
I'm just saying.
I think
if they survive.
The one thing I can advise from when we purchased this house 4 years ago or so, it only took us like a year and a winter season and a half to remember to close the flue on the chimney. So if nothing else, go ahead, look under there, reach under there. It's a little creepy, but make sure that bad boy's closed. Otherwise it's going to be a little chilly.
Yeah. If it's closed and you start your fire, you're going to learn real quick that thing needs to be open.
Yes. Open for the fire for sure.
Yes, and then shut at the end of the season. Man,
hey guys, still didn't lose me or anything, did you?
No, we've timed this very well. I think you recognize it more than any of us.
Yeah, if I awkwardly go quiet, it's either because I've got a big bag of nothing or my internet does. It's great, even though I just ran a Google Fiber check and it said my internet's awesome, man. Great speeds, cool. Dave, my house isn't even big. What?
Is that a tweet behind you that's framed?
It is a tweet.
What tweet is it?
It is a tweet, and it's a response tweet to me. It is from a man who once said this about Twitter. He once said this. I remember when tweeting meant stabbing a hooker.
That's though I'm unfamiliar with that particular quote, that is definitely a Norm Macdonald response to you, I believe.
Yeah, I got it framed a while back. I
Yeah.
haven't really figured out where to put it up. I might bring it to the office. It kind of plays in Dave's Fantasy Factory in here, but we'll see.
I don't think you should like publicly reference it as that, but maybe, make a trip to Fredericksburg, get a custom like wood carving that just says DFF on it. And nobody needs to know. You just put that over the entryway, and it's your own little inside joke.
Yeah. It's my man cave.
What's up, T-Man?
Down for Fox.
I see you, buddy.
Down for fucks, he says. This is gonna be a fun one. We've got in a minute here. We've got Twitter's own Luka Doncic.
All-time great Twitter handle for sure.
He's the guy behind the Too Much Dip social media accounts, and people can judge him on his character as he picks games with us.
Does he wish to remain under a pseudonym, or can we call him his actual name on here?
We'll call him Landry. Fuck it.
Okay.
You can also find him on Breakers of Chains. Look at that. We're just being relative to how many times we've heard about Micah's Pub. I think we're safe to promote Breakers of Chains once. Hey, I respect it.
This is good.
I actually have that tweet framed, as well as the 30-ish replies to it, and I acquired that during a White Elephant gift exchange Christmas one year at Grand X. So, T-Man, you were probably there for that.
We had fun. there.
It's fun to have fun, T-Man.
The best T-Man story is the day we all got laid off. There was like 20 of us at the same time. T-Man just was like, all right. Well, walked out. He's like, we getting laid off? Like, yeah, it looks like it. He's like, all right. Just walked out to his car, got in his truck. He's like, all right, guys, I'll see you later. I got another job lined up.
T-Man made out very well on that, because he already had a job lined. Like, he was gonna quit, so he ended up getting severance on top of having a job lined up. Dude, he struck gold there. Way to go, T-Man.
Yeah, he invested it all into Cum Coin or Cum Rocket, whatever it is, and now he's a millionaire.
He bought a bunch of cummies,
which is smart. He secured his financial future.
Yeah, fell forward. That's what they. I think that's the phrase. I think. I have yet to print a tweet. I haven't had a tweet printable quite yet, although I do have an at-home printer. I could show it to you, ladies and gentlemen. I, in fact, do own a printer, copier, and scanner as well. But I have been petty enough to print off.
There's mine right there.
Head-to-head record with my grandmother-in-law on Words with Friends, and I framed that and put it in the guest bedroom when she stayed with us over the holidays last year, because I was
savage for that.
Tail.
Wow.
Speaking of family, I should also hijack this and say happy birthday to my youngest sister-in-law, who's now 18 and graduating soon, and I'm missing steak dinner for you fellas. So,
ooh, what are you missing? What's the res?
B&B steakhouse out in Fort Worth. My number one steakhouse of choice, actually. Only one in Fort Worth and in Houston.
Very cool.
Very sick.
Should we get into the party real quick before we talk football?
Yeah, how about we talk?
Because I think this KJ off the rip referenced the story of the day. You want to explain what that little stand-up comedian was doing there when you introed us? Because I saw some confused faces in the comments.
It's more of a lay-down comedian, if you will, given the subject matter and the fact that entire speech was given at a eulogy of a businessman in the Phoenix area by one Robert. I don't know why I want to say George Sarver.
Bobby.
Former
Big Bob Sarver.
Current or former? Has that transition taken place officially?
They did issue a statement, although I did not read it because I was feeding the dog.
Who will likely be the soon-to-be former owner of the Suns if he's not already the former owner of the Suns? That detail, irrelevant. The guy is...
That's the same guy. I'm just putting that together now.
Yes. He's the one giving that speech. So Go figure, a guy who's wild ass enough to give that speech at some other guy's funeral in front of his family, kids, et cetera, is also likely to just go on a rant to wonder, why can Draymond say the N-word, but I can't? And then didn't yet use the N-word. Repeatedly just said the word to his head coach at the time. The head coach was like, you can't say that. Can't fucking say that. And he's like, why not?
Important to note, his head coach at the time was a black man.
Correct. Well, I mean, it was also a human being. So shout out to allies as well. You know.
Shout out. And he has also issued a statement.
I have not seen that. You want to fill me in on that?
Let me paraphrase, but he just said that there's a lot of people in the Suns organization still that are scared to speak up.
Oh,
for obvious reasons. And he's just it's not looking good for the Sarv man.
You know, how many months removed are we? 6 months removed from them being in the NBA finals, you know, prematurely for a young team on the back of CP3 and taking them all the way to finals, falling short to the Bucks. And here they are getting absolutely LA Clippered. It worked out for the Clippers, but you know.
Do you want to compare owner scandals, Clippers and Suns?
Is there a more favorite firing or ousting than these two?
Here's what the Clippers scandal lacked that this one has, and it's kind of putting this one over the top. From the ESPN article, by the way, great reporting.
Yes.
I don't know who to credit, but excellent piece. Good piece, he says. It says former Suns account executive David Bodson said that in August 2014, Sarver pants them in front of more than 60 employees at the team's ALS Ice Bucket Challenge.
Come on, man. Trying to raise money for ALS or
a former senior basketball staffer and a former senior marketing employee confirmed to the account to ESPN. In the aftermath, Bodson said an HR rep smirked and said, "Please don't sue us for sexual harassment."
Oh my!
Just a classic pantsing at the Ice Bucket Challenge.
No one's doing that anymore. No one's pantsing. Like after 5th grade, you just don't do that anymore.
Like it wasn't enough that everybody's going to get ice dumped on them. It's like, oh, okay, crazy. We got to pull this guy's pants down.
My name's Joe Watson. Careful. Sons, and I'm doing this. I was challenged by Robert Woods, and you know, I'm going to donate $14,000 to the ALS challenge. Oh, by the way, here's my dick.
Man, you got to be careful pantsing somebody. You don't grab the undies too. You got to leave the undies up, or else you're. I've been a victim of a full-on down around the ankles like a schoolboy, just pants in front of many people at a party.
I guess I wasn't aware that there was a non-underwear pantsing. I thought you were getting fully sharked right out of the gate.
KJ's old school. He gets it.
The respectful way to pant somebody is to leave the undies up and just, you know, hit them with the not the full birthday soup from the waist down, but you know, it depends who you run with, I guess. Yes, and T-Man, for the record, table topping is still in.
Table topping is is worse than being pantsed because I would rather everyone see my dork than break an arm or a wrist.
Tabletop, look, permission to tabletop me whenever you want. It's so fun.
Table topping is only acceptable on the beach.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. I would also say the rise of the lined shorts really makes pantsing without pulling out the D really a non-factor because
yeah, that's true.
Good point, KJ. One or the other.
KJ, did you know they stole Lululemon's designer?
All-time
added value for our friends at Bird Dogs.
All right. Well,
this is bad. This is not survivable. This guy is unhinged billionaire psychopath. How did he make his money bank? He owns a bank. There's a bank tie-in too, to where he forced female employees to go have lunch with female employees because he said that they were tougher than the team. It was just a lot. This is bad.
This is the guy that's This guy is just
detached from
classic,
reality.
surrounded by nothing but yes men at all times, and thinks that no matter what he does, he's just like totally immune to any kind of repercussion or whatever. Too much money.
Right. He did allude at the guy's funeral. KJ played at the intro. He did reference Steve Nash's sock, former Suns great. And he mentioned that this man who was deceased, I don't remember his name, he was a co-owner of the team, might have done something in Steve Nash's sock. What? We don't know, but we can guess.
I mean, my understanding is that he either used it as a wipe-off towel or a finishing place. So, regardless,
Okay.
KJ, I think we knew that.
well, I'm just saying that
A
there's
finishing
a difference
towel.
I feel like there's a difference. Actually, not even a feel like. There's definitely a difference of a human being that's actively trying to go inside the sock, because that's like an ancient 80s finishing place. Whereas this story was that he was having sex with like a cheerleader, somebody in the locker room, and decided to use Steve Nash's sock afterwards. So, you know,
An ancient 80s sock.
yeah, that was poorly phrased, but I think you understood what I meant.
I did.
One other note I want to make. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to note that he also would go try to talk X's and O's with players in the training table, he was trying to draw up pick and rolls in the paint for his team. So this is like this is the worst owner. It's a miracle that they made it to the finals. It's unreal. Everybody hates this guy.
I think the only thing that could save him is if he has a wife that can then stand in as the president of the team, and maybe he can rename them from the Suns to the Lunas or something, or something more culturally appropriate, and then he gets to keep his job and continue on regardless of all the other scandals that go on. But hey, I guess that's football and not basketball. I would keep an eye out on all Cold Stone every single time. All Cold Stove podcast tweets and activity over the next couple of days, because you got to imagine the news about the Ike Man heading over to Vegas is pretty much what they've been waiting on for weeks. Dylan, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. Have they released that emergency pod yet, or is it? I don't think they did they?
Brett's at the gym saloon right now.
Yeah, he's drowning his sorrows, I guess. Yeah, the Ike Man, the Ikester. Yeah, let's get him healthy, and then we're off and running. The boys will be buzzing once he hits the ice. What, Dave? You got something to say?
No. You guys have both called him the Ike Man, so I really can't say anything.
Watched him play live. Remember?
It's a win-win for both teams. Dylan.
They played.
It's a win-win.
I didn't know that.
We went to a Stars game. Yeah, a few years ago, I guess, a couple years ago. And Brett was just like hyping up this young kid on their team, Jack Eichel, who was going to be a star. Like, all right, cool, man. I guess I'm a Sabres guy now. And look, that was on my team. Pretty fun.
Brett,
go ahead.
Brett wants us to note that he had the date correct on the trade. So Cold Stove is, I guess, 1 for 1 on big time rumors being true.
Those guys know puck, man.
We have deferred all hockey talk to them beyond what you just got here. However, we did get some dip line interest in it. Let's go ahead and give that a listen.
What's up, Dippy and Cold Stove? Buffalo, New York reporting here. Eichel's gone today. It's been months in the making. We knew it was coming. Flooding. And the vibe about this is kind of strange around town. Honestly, it's pretty sad. We all thought this was our guy. It's been tough ride since the teams of 05, 06, 07, and it's hard and difficult to think about having to go through quote-unquote rebuilding again. What sucks the most, honestly, is hearing Emily Kaplan say that the only team that was apprehensive to the disc replacement was Buffalo. It's tough to support right now. Been to a few games this year, and the crowd is poor. Being in the arena has never felt like it does right now. We will be back, though. Young guys growing. The guys are playing hard for Granado right now, and he's doing way more with way less than the last guy has. which asks the question, why the hell was Ralph Krueger ever even the coach? Anyways, hope the best for Jack. Go Bills, go Sabres, and fuck the Pagulas.
I'm just
Oh,
saying.
Damn.
Well, that was
that's down bad
Brett.
with a sense of optimism.
Yeah, Brett also does not speak highly of the Pagulas. Yeah, that dude sounds very, very sad. Look, you got the Bills though, man. The Bills are fun right now.
yeah.
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
There are towns going through worse. You know, that's what I'm trying to say.
Like
Now-
what specifically? Which towns?
I mean, you can't really say. I mean, Houston, at least they got to the World Series, but you know, losing that and their football team's in total disarray. The Rockets, I don't know how
Rockets
they're
are
doing this year.
fun. Rockets
Are they?
are
Oh, they got-
shittily fun.
They got that rookie Green who's good.
Should have taken Davion Mitchell.
I will say
See, man,
this
that's not nice.
about the city of Buffalo and their teams. If nothing else, the Sabres have an outproportioned amount of real estate on my Twitter feed of just interest from various spaces, not just Brett, but also our good buddies over at Brunch, Pete Blackburn running his NHL teams with the Sabres, and then friend of the show Mike Roach is a big Buffalo fan. So for some reason, I hear more about him than I probably should. The city in general and the Sabres specifically, but they'll be okay. They'll endure. You guys have Cole Beasley. Build a statue for him. You mentioned the World Series being finished. Shout out to the Braves. Shout out to elbows and assholes, or whatever Ron Washington said. I love that man.
Ron Washington,
Did you hear that
happy
quote?
for Ron. Yeah, I don't. I mean, it was. I don't have a whole lot to talk about the World Series. Happy for Freddie Freeman. Happy for Ron Washington. They made some very key moves before the trade deadline to get some guys in place, and they had a hell of a year. I don't know. You guys got anything on it?
I had this way off. I was way off on this. I had Astros in 5. I had no faith in the Braves. I was pulling for the Braves. I will take that L. I'm happy to take it. I'm happy for Atlanta. We've got a lot of listeners in that area. The Braves reach is very far. They've got, they were like on the, what was it, TBS or whatever. They got that whole thing going. I'm happy for people who actually follow the Braves.
Yeah.
Little known flat
World
fact.
Series. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say little known fact that was absolutely related to the Braves. It was the Braves who were playing the Cubs whenever my parents let me know in like 5th grade that they're getting a divorce. So, shout out to the Braves. I remember them.
Very cool. Yeah, this is my first time really watching Jorge Soler play in like an extended period of time. That dude mashes the ball. He's a lot of fun to watch. World Series MVP. I think he had 3 home runs in the series. That dude mashes. That home run he hit the other night, Game 6, was an absolute shot. I think it ended up in someone's apartment across the street from the stadium.
That's cool.
Dylan, can I that gave everybody was comparing it to the infamous Pujols bomb off Lights Out Lidge back in the day. And I remember I was watching that game at the our fraternity house with a bunch of Astros fans. And that was, I've never been more fearful because like it was like, do not joke about what just happened. It was, but that was the biggest bomb I had seen. There's something dope about hitting it up under the train tracks.
He hit it out of the
Houston
this
Stadium.
one
So
went,
fun.
like, left it is home runs to left field are fun to watch. This one left the stadium though. I mean, I guess they had the roof open. I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, this one wasn't. Yeah, the timing of the home run wasn't as ridiculous as the Pujols one, but still, that was an absolute bomb and fun to watch.
And shout out to Sad Sports City, Detroit. Apologies to Will DeFreeze for not mentioning them off the top. They could be Cincinnati for sure. You want to give us a quick combat sports minute until so we can hop into NFL and get our guests on?
Yeah. Real quick, UFC 268 this weekend. Great card. Usman, Colby Covington rematch. Colby Covington's the guy, the total the Trump heel, wears the red hat, and that was his bit. They had a great fight. Usman broke his jaw. Eventually won. He's the champ. But you also have Justin Gaethje, Michael Chandler, Mizzou's own, and you have Rose versus Zhang Weili. I think I'm saying that right. I always botch that. That was a great fight. Rose knocked her out with a head kick. It's going to be a great card, worth getting. I love Usman. He trains in DFW. What's up?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut off. That Rose fight's the rematch from her last fight, right?
Yeah. She's not fought since. It's gonna be sick. It's definitely worth getting. I will be watching it legally at my home, and I'm inviting KJ and Dylan over to watch it, should my wife allow me to do so.
Fair. Shout out.
Can I give our friends at DraftKings a read before we bring Luca on?
Yeah, do so. Shout out to Usman, Arlington, Texas's own.
Arlington, Texas. Guys, another week of the NFL season means another shot to win big at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. New customers can bet just $1 on any NFL game and win $100 in free bets if either team scores a point. The last 0-0 tie, keep in mind, was in 1943, so it's a no-brainer. If the sportsbook is not available in your state yet, DraftKings will not leave you empty-handed. Everyone can play for huge cash prizes all season long with DraftKings daily fantasy sports contests. DraftKings is giving all new customers a free shot at millions of dollars in total prizes with their first deposit. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code WASHED. Throw down $1 on any NFL game and win $100 in free bets if either team scores a point. That's promo code WASHED this week at the DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Must be 21 or older. New Jersey, Indiana, Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Minimum $5 deposit and a $1 wager required. One per customer. Restrictions do apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Thank you.
All right. Without further
DraftKings.
ado, we are going to jump down to invite our guests in and try to do our best to keep things tight here on out. There's a lot to talk about with college football, with the rankings coming out. And of course, there's a lot to talk about with a pole assassin, a UT position coach, and a stripper. A great story, but I think we'd be best served maybe to save that for Monday and actually do that story properly. And we can ask this next gentleman what he thinks about the difference between being vaccinated and immunized. Is Luka Doncic himself, the great Landry.
Hi, Landry.
3.5G. You in New Mexico?
Wow, dude. Nice quality, Landry.
How are we? There we go.
There we go.
We're good,
Now,
man. Thanks for hopping on.
Well, Landry,
Just to
you and
follow
I
up
are-
on your.
Go ahead.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead.
Oh, no.
I was gonna follow up on y'all's pantsing conversation earlier. That probably the worst moment of my entire life happened to me in 5th grade with some yellow tearaway pants, and completely pantsed all the way down to the white tighties in front of my whole school class. So I can relate to that. That was rough.
At least you had underwear on. Dude, those tearaways were dangerous,
day.
man.
There's been
Little
an
flag
increase
tag
in
guy
people-
looked me right in the eye and ripped him off.
Jeez. These kids.
There's been an
Brutal.
increase of people on the TL supporting what they call gray sweatpants season. And I really don't think they're appreciating the amount of pre-handies you could get back in the day with the tearaway Adidas track pants. Like, if there was ever a pant that really allowed access to be great, it was those and those alone. So with that said,
Well,
unless anybody wants to talk about vaccinations and Aaron Rodgers being immunized, let's just do dip picks. How about that?
let's do
jump
some
in.
dip picks. There's Stella.
Photographs.
Jeez, look at that.
Hi, Stella.
All right. Dip picks.
Hello.
At this point, I feel like I shouldn't even explain it because you should all know how this goes. We're going to pick games, pick them against the spread. The guests rotate each week. Their records are held collectively. Any of us three that lose to the guests has to have truck nuts on their vehicle for 30 days. And as it stands right now, that any of us is all of us. The guests are in the lead with 51 points on the year. Big boy stacks are 3 points. Every other game is 1. And guests are 7-1 on the year for their big boy stacks. That is absolutely what's fucking this game up. They are running away with it with that one bet each week. So with that said, let's start off with a real fun game tonight. Mike White and the Jets will be playing the Indianapolis Colts and the Carson Wentz's. Colts are favored by 10. Go ahead, Dylan.
Can y'all hear the ice cream truck outside my house right now?
I did briefly,
Yes.
but I can no longer hear it.
It's
Is it
dark
Master P?
outside, and it's also 50 degrees, and the ice cream truck just drove by. I don't think it's Master P, but that'd be pretty sick if it was. Anyway, I got the Jets. I'm on this. What's this dude's name? Mark White, Matt White. What's his name?
Mike White.
Mike White.
That dude's got some
Mark-
swag, and he's Mark.
Mike.
That dude's got some swag, and I'm riding with them. I'm rocking with them.
I think the fact that somebody's like playing in person Twisted Metal in your neighborhood is pretty sick.
I just saw him.
David, who do you have?
Weird.
I too am riding with the Jets, which is interesting because I had to pull an executive move as a fantasy football. I play fantasy football. If you guys aren't familiar with this, players get to select teams. No, I'm kidding. I've got Kyler. I don't know if Kyler's going to play, but my backup's Wentz. I'm riding with Wentz, but I'm picking the Jets to cover. The Jets have got some good momentum right now. Mike White, Lil White, let's go.
Landry. I'm taking the Colts. Landry, who you have?
I cannot pick Carson Wentz to win any game by more than 10, so I'm also riding with the former Cowboy great Mike White.
Smart.
It's good reasoning.
We'll stick with you, Landry, for our first college football game of the week. Number 9, Wake Forest at Mac Brown and Sally's North Carolina Tar Heels, favored by 2.5 at home. That UNC is against undefeated Wake Forest.
I feel like Wake Forest kind of runs out of – they haven't really played anybody, first off, I feel like. I feel like UNC is kind of due for a good game. They played decent so far, but pretty up and down. So I'm taking the Tar Heels.
I am going to ride the momentum of Sam Howell continuing to have one of the worst preseason Heisman pick and top quarterback pick seasons ever to just turn into absolute dog shit. So give me Wake Forest to remain undefeated or cover. Ellen.
Not as bad as Spencer Rattler's season.
True. Very true.
Counterpoint. That's a good
I have
point.
to pick my spots to fade the guest picks to gain some ground, and this looks like a good opportunity to go with Wake Forest.
David?
Well, I don't want to wait for our lives to be over. I botched the line. That's okay. Speaking of lines, I like UNC here. Mac Brown, Sally, not my little whiskey girl, but we're talking his wife. They have a house on Spanish Oaks. I play there frequently as a guest, not a member, not in that bracket. Anyway, give me UNC.
There goes that man.
I don't even know
Very
what to
cool.
do with that. One of the few first-ranked games. Some might say ranked way the fuck too high. Number 13, Auburn at number 14, Texas A&M. A&M's favored by 4.5 points at home.
Ooh.
I am rolling with the Aggies. Running game defense is too strong. I'm going to stick with them. Give me A&M. Dylan.
I too am rocking with the Aggies. Auburn's weirdly like the highest ranked team I haven't even seen play this year. So I'm unfamiliar. Not that that's the reason I'm picking against them, but I just like the Ags in this one at home.
Landry, who do you have? David, you want to?
I feel like this is like a. Go ahead, Dave.
Oh, hey guys, I will do. I'm riding with Auburn. I believe in Bo Nix. Okay, I'm riding with Auburn. I can't. I know it's on the road. It's College Station, all that, but I feel like A&M's not going to run the table. They're going to. Auburn is capable of winning this game, and plus Dan told me Auburn.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't think A&M covers. I feel like they may it's at least close. So I kind of like Auburn to win it outright.
fair. They beat the brakes off of Ole Miss last week, so probably not a bad. Or I shouldn't say beat the brakes off, but they definitely ran through Ole Miss. And for more of that sweet, sweet SEC action, Alabama, number 2 team in the nation according to the college football playoff, favored by 28.5. Mind you, LSU at one point last week said they did not have enough players to practice. So this could get ugly. David, who do you have?
I did not know that fun fact. Is that right?
They had too many injuries.
Okay, so it's not a COVID thing.
No. Okay. Kim Mulkey's a coach at LSU. It's not a COVID thing.
Yeah, they don't test.
I don't know
that.
why she's catching strays. Man, I still like LSU. 28.5. Was it 28.5? Is that what it is? I think LSU. I think it's a game for like a quarter and a half, and I feel like I'm right with LSU. I know it's just silly, but I'm doing it.
Dylan.
This isn't your grandpa's LSU, Dave. I think Alabama absolutely beats the brakes off of LSU. I'm taking A&M. I'm not A&M. I'm taking Alabama.
Give me Alabama to dominate this game from the get-go and make it one that
lost
is
him.
not interesting. Adjusting here. That is not interesting from the very get-go. Fortunately, we do have his pick.
Yeah, we don't even need him to come back.
Landry is taking Alabama as well. Look at that.
Is he on the space shuttle?
He's got the, look much better now.
That was the move right there.
Quality's much better this time.
Nope, not sideways. There we go.
There we go. All right, so we've got you down for Bama.
Yeah, I think that gets ugly. I feel like, I mean, they beat who was it? Mississippi State by like 40. So I don't think LSU can hang.
Good questions, Luke, from the comments. To answer, it is both a jacket and a shirt. Thank you for asking.
Thank you. Thank you, comments.
All right, I'm going to mute Landry in between picks just to make sure we don't have any feedback, but I'll try to unmute you if I think you've got the look of somebody who has something witty to say. We'll go David. Start us off for our first late night college football game of the year for our dip picks. San Diego State travels across the pond, I believe they call it, on interstate to play Hawaii. And San Diego State, number 24 in the college football playoff rankings, is favored by 7.
Give me the home dog. Give me Hawaii. The boys are going to be celebrating at the White Lotus. Have you guys seen this show? I mean, it is pretty cool, man. It is really crazy. It's like a whodunit, but like it's really not. It's more about like character development and like the dialogue. Anyway, I'm right with Hawaii.
Dylan.
I plan on taking a nap around 11 p.m. and waking up around 1 to catch kickoff on this one. I cannot wait to watch San Diego State Aztecs. Is that right?
Yes, you're not going to watch this.
I'm not going to watch this. I will
You'll
catch
been
the
asleep
score
for
the next
hours.
morning when I'm drinking my coffee. I'll check the box score.
You're going to SDSU?
I am.
Home of the great Marshall Faulk. The Brady Hoaks out of San Diego State have done well. They tripped up against Fresno State last week, but I don't think that's reason enough to pick the great Sam Bennett's and the Hawaii Fighting Rainbow Warriors, if you will. I'm sticking with San Diego State. And Landry.
A great man once said, watch out for San Diego State. They're coming off a loss. They get the dub. And cover.
Who said that? Who's the great man?
One TC Fleming.
Yeah, you know him, right?
Very cool. Oh yeah, old TC.
Oh yeah, our good buddy TC. That's all right. Okay. NFL games to wrap it up. We've got Broncos at Cowboys Sunday morning. Cowboys at home. Dak is playing. Cowboys are favored by 10. David, or actually,
Yes,
I think
Dak.
I'm sorry. I'm going to go Cowboys, my favorite team in the NFC and in Arlington, Texas. There's a great team, NFL Super Bowl champions for sure. Give me the Cowboys.
I like where your head's at.
Yeah, this guy's got a bad attitude. Let me jump in here. Let me hop in here. Yeah, Dak is playing. Is CeeDee Lamb playing? Because hurt his ankle in practice. Not that it matters because they're deep. Isn't Gallup back? I think Gallup's back.
I haven't heard that.
Hard to say.
It should be eligible to return.
I think CD is
I love
playing for the record. Just maybe not at 100%.
He didn't practice today, but we'll see. I am riding with the boys because I think they are good enough to good night, buddy. To not they don't need CeeDee Lamb. They're deep, man. Give me Cedric. Got the dog in here, got the baby in here. We're riding. Hey, bud.
Dylan.
We're all taking the boys. I'm not going against the boys. I'm not doing it. Dak's back. Their best pass rusher was just traded. I'm all in on the boys right now.
Other one is injured. So Landry.
We're them boys. Easy.
I respect you.
Well
Who do you
said.
have for your next favorite team? Packers at Chiefs. Chiefs
This
are favored
is-
by 7.5. Oh, sorry, I muted. Go ahead.
You're good. This is a payback for going up to Kansas City a couple of years ago when Pat was hurt and he didn't play, and Packers won. And this is Rodgers out. I think Pat gets back on track, and I like the Chiefs. I don't think Jordan Love's very good either. So go Chiefs.
How would we know?
I saw
Rangers
Dan
won.
Orlovsky in a green suit telling me about how good he was going to be, so I felt good about that.
Dude, he was wearing Air Force Ones or
You
something.
see those
Jordan
J's, though?
I did. They were fucking tight.
I'm sorry. I should have said Utah State, not Nevada. That'd be one Colin Kaepernick. Packers at Chiefs. Chiefs are favored. Give me the Jordan Loves and the return of Devontae Adams to do nothing more or nothing less than cover. So I'm going to take the Packers here. Dylan.
I'm rocking with KJ on this one. Despite not having Aaron Rodgers, the Chiefs have just not looked great. They barely beat New York the other night. They keep it close. I think Packers definitely lose the game, but not by much.
Packers. All right. Obviously, I've said this 5 times. David, who do you have?
Where's this game at?
At the Chiefs.
Ooh. I think I still like the Pack. The Chiefs off. They just look desperate. Like they're doing anything. They're getting wild with it, and it's just like I don't understand. Hey, I think the league's figured out Mahomes.
Titans at Rams. Who do you have? Rams are favored by 7.5. And
What?
by the way, they're playing Sunday night. 7.5 point favorites versus the Derrick Henry-less and the Adrian Peterson Titans. David?
I'm going to ride with the Rams, and I think we're crunched for time, so I won't give any reasoning, but let's go for the Rams.
Dylan?
I don't like that hook. I'm going to go Titans plus 7.5.
I am taking the Rams, even though they do not have Jared Goff, which reminds me of my favorite sport to talk about, which is golf. So, Gary, if you want a GTFOH, be my guest. Landry.
I got the Rams, too. I don't know what the Titans look like without Derrick Henry. So go Rams.
AP.
Oh, shit. I forgot about that.
On the practice
Does
squad.
that change things?
No.
He's 48.
He's almost as old as Dylan.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what, guest?
Dude, the guests are just laying it down.
All right. Let's bring it home. Big boy stacks. Who do you have? Andrew.
Ole Miss has 2 starters that are suiting up, so I'm taking Liberty to cover. I think it'll be close.
What's the line?
Give me Hugh Freeze, 9.5, I believe.
All right. I am looking at the Catholics. They are playing the midshipmen of Navy. 21-point spread. I did my research, went online, learned that 4 times out of the last 10, this game's been a 20-point or more spread. So I don't feel comfortable picking this straight up, but I will take the over. That is 47.5. So I will take the over and the Notre Dame Navy at 47.5. Dylan.
Ooh.
You aren't going to like it because I'm big boy stacking a game we already picked, but until that rule changes, I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going with the only undefeated against the spread team in the NFL, and that is our Dallas Cowboys. Riding them.
It's the only team you've watched.
That's fair. That's a fair point. Hey,
David,
we'll see.
bring us home.
I mean, you can't argue with that. They cover every week. So
Yes,
I
they
don't.
do.
I completely understand why he's doing it. I'm gonna ride. KJ, you got cute with it. I'm gonna get cuter. I'm gonna ride with the UCF Tulane under 59 points.
You cute little
UCF
bitch.
Tulane under. Underboys stand up. What's up, J-Bone? Sneaky shout.
UCF, Tulane, under, and what's it at? I'm sorry.
59.
59
Okay.
points. You know,
All right,
you're saying
Juliet. I know.
I got cute with it. In fact, if I wanted to get cute with it, I'd tell people to go out, find the money line on one Judd Trump. He's playing in the Snooker English Open Championships. His match is tomorrow morning here, local time. Heavy favorite, number 1 snooker player in the world, 22 years old. The Juddinator, some people call him Judd the Great. Judd Trump. Go find him. Should be electric. I don't even know what round it is. Hardly know what snooker is, but the line was available on the DraftKings Sportsbook odds, and I considered it for a second, but I didn't.
Isn't that a now defunct burger place in Dallas?
What the hell did KJ just say? I didn't follow any of that. Hey,
Judge
this Gary
line.
This Gary character in the comments is going to catch these hands if we don't watch out. Hey, we're in Central Time Zone, buddy. This guy stinks. Get out of here.
What do you say?
Everything.
He's out.
Oh, I know that's crazy,
Oh.
dude. My son's up at 7:15.
You're not that guy.
I have a kid one time, dweeb. Sorry, Gary. You're probably a nice guy.
No, he stinks.
All right, Landry, thanks for joining us, even if it was
Thank you, Landry.
western part of New
Sorry.
Mexico.
The poor Wi-Fi.
Hey, man, always good to
Couldn't
see
notice.
you online. And
Hey,
look
at
at
least you sound great. Just kidding.
all right, let's get the hell out of here.
I want my chips with the dip. That's all I know. I don't want my chips plain. I want my chips with the dip. So bring them dips.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Okay.
Yeah? Absolutely.